He drank a bottle of liquor and wrapped his car around a tree one night. I was in graduate school at the time, and my parents gave my nephew's mom a pile of money to relinquish her parental rights and give my nephew over to them. She accepted and eventually OD'd in a crack house a few years later. My parents had custody of my nephew for the first couple of years, but since they're both in their 70s and can't keep up with a young kid, he's lived with me since he was 10. I want to make it clear that I don't resent my nephew. I mean it when I say that he's the best thing in my life. He and I look very much alike. My brother and I also look very much alike. And most people think that he's my son, even if they look at me a little askance for being so young with a teenager in tow. Last weekend was his freshman homecoming dance, and my parents came over to take pictures of him and his date. The comments they made were nauseating. "So handsome, you look so much like your dad. He would be so proud." I stood in the background wanting to scream. What did my brother ever do for his son? Why didn't he think this wonderful boy was worth living for? Who's actually been there for my nephew for all of the big moments in his life? Not his dad, that's for sure. But of course, I can't say any of this out loud. My parents won't hear a word against my brother, and as for my nephew, I dare not say any of this in front of him because I don't want him to hate the part of him that comes from his dad. So instead, I confess these feelings to you fine people. Judge me.